Hello everyone, welcome to Trend Talks. Today I have the pleasure to speak with Stefan Mueller. He is the co-founder and board member of Enerparc, one of the international leading companies involved in project development, consulting, operation of PV plants, and even in energy trading. Stefan has more than 2 decades of experience in solar energy, and he's a regular keynote speaker at our events. So Stefan, very welcome today.
Yeah, thanks a lot for the invitation, and I like this new format, and let's see if this will become the new normality.
All right. Well, talking about normality and different difficult situations, Stefan, as a visionary person, I know you have an opinion. What do you see as the challenges in this current crisis, both, it's a health crisis, but also the economic impact on how this will impact the solar industry and solar project development more in particular?
I think at the moment we have to see it more from the regional perspective. So I think in Germany and in the Netherlands, we have probably 2 countries which are, I would say, could manage this crisis in a quite good way. So the construction sites, they have been open. They didn't really lock it down hardly. But on the other hand, we stopped all our sites in Spain for 4 weeks. And this was an issue. Yeah? So especially when we work with our European partners, and a few of them are from Czech Republic or Portugal or whatever. And if they are going home and they cannot come back, then for sure that we have a real issue. Luckily, I think a lot of governments made a wise decision not to lock down construction sites. Yeah. So, and this is what I think was really a right decision. You know it better than me. We have a lot of sites really a bit in remote areas. There is no so big interaction with different people, so it's not like a soccer stadium. So I think from this point of view, from the safety point of view, everything was fine till today. So we feel comfortable at the moment.
And how do you see this impacting the pipeline of new project development?
I think we recognize that a lot of communities and authorities, they had also a shutdown. But we had also, besides some bad experience, we had also some really nice and good experience that we got a call from a private number from a head of a building authority in a small village in Germany. And he took his documents home and he called us and said, hey, I want to ensure that we are still rocking the show here and I help you. And he stamped it with I don't know if it was a real stamp, and he signed it and he send it over to us. So you have really 2 things. A few things where authorities didn't react at all anymore. Yeah, utilities, for example, this was a challenge. But the authorities in these countries, and we had really great experience in Germany, but also in France and in the Netherlands. So everyone felt, I don't want to be the reason why there is a bad reaction, a bad impact on this shutdown.
Yeah, and if you look at other circumstances, determining factors like the energy prices, the energy prices have gone down. So do you see for next year and the years to come, do you see an impact of this trading pricing on the project development for solar?
Yeah, I think so. Especially, I mean, the whole industry is moving a bit away from the subsidies to a free corporate PPA market. And this had an impact, this is for sure. So the PPA agreements, which we have in front of us now, ready to sign in Spain, Portugal, and also in Germany, they went down. This is the matter of fact. Yeah. On the other hand, we've seen also module prices went also a bit down. Production were still high in China. So I think we somehow can manage this, but let's really cross the finger that in the overall European business is coming back, hopefully beginning of next year. And then I think automatically we will see also increases of energy prices on the exchange.
Yeah, so on the long term, you're not afraid that this economic recession or depression is going to impact the solar industry heavily?
No, I think not really. I think we have 2 aspects. Number one is we see still that the manufacturing is still going ahead wherever you look. It's Taiwan, China, Korea. So everyone is really pushing a lot, and everyone and the production is still very high. The offtake of the modules are a bit lower because of this issue, and automatically the market price goes down. We've seen also that a lot of companies in Asia, they put also the effort now to increase even more the power of the modules. So the R&D things which were probably in their mind for years will be implemented now even faster. This is what we've seen as well. And this has also, again, an impact on our CapEx, and then automatically LCOE goes down, and then probably we can manage also the drop down of the energy price in the market.
Okay. Talking with you about, as an expert on large-scale project development, what do you see as key issues for this?
Yeah, I think for us, for everyone at the moment in Europe, it's not at the moment. It's always the case. We have a lot of regional programs. Yeah, we have a lot of regional aspects inside. So you, for example, have the auctions in Portugal on the grid connection point. In the Netherlands, we have still the feed-in tariff. In Germany, it's an auction, and so this is I would say. These are the regional aspects which are in generally a challenge for developers. But on the other hand, it's also good because we always speak about the Green Deal, the big stuff, the bird view perspective. But on the other hand, we have to ensure that we increase the acceptance in the particular community where you build a 10 megawatt plant or even larger. So that's the reason why I'm fine with regional programs, and I'm also fine in going down to the local stakeholder. Because at the end, the decision makers for a PV plant, for the building permit, is the local community. It's not the government in Berlin or in Paris or whatever. It is really the small project community building authority in Marville in the border of Belgium or something like this. Yeah.
And so do you involve them or invite them to get involved also through shares, through investment?
Yeah, I think there is now a big debate. No? So it's not a big debate. I call it more a discussion. It's an open discussion. How we can ensure that the benefit goes into the community, into the region where the PV plants are. Yeah. Yeah. Every country has a bit of different tax scheme. Here in Germany, they generally say where the power plant is, you should still pay 30% of the taxes, but in reality, is not the case because the local tax authorities, especially in the larger capitals, are really strong, and they only ask question, who is a decision maker and where sits the decision maker? And they're not sitting there where the power plant is. So it doesn't matter if we form a private limited in a small village, and the benefit is not really tangible for the small communities. And this is a challenge. So we have to work hard on it. We have to be creative. We have to think about whatever additional fee, a regional fee. We have to think about to offer cheaper energy prices to the villagers, yeah, something like this. But at the moment, you have really a lot of discussions in every region and every country, and this makes the whole story a bit challenging, especially when you compare this with the situation which we have right now in Germany, that people don't like wind anymore, yeah, and so the acceptance is nil to wind.
Okay. To finalize this short interview, Stefan, is there a particular trend or opportunity where you're excited about? There's a lot of debate going on, for example, green hydrogen. Are you joining in that discussion, or do you see other interesting trends?
Let's say we are a company, and we learned that we have to focus on this where we are good, and this is really large-scale power plant. But there are a lot of things left or right which are related to this. So hydrogen for us is not really a thing. For me, it's only a way how to store energy and not a source. So for us, it is more interesting how we can optimize our existing plants, and this can be with whatever intelligent drones. This can be with you know that we work with DSM on recoating the modules to get 2-3% more of it, much more artificial intelligence in managing plants. Yeah. So this is, and I can give you a list of 20 things which are always on your conferences. and these are, I would say, the hot topics for us. And there are a lot of things which are untapped right now. And we are looking forward to it.
Okay, well, I look forward to seeing you again speaking about this whole list of experiences and hot topics for operational management of power plants. Thank you very much for your joining today, Stefan.
Thanks a lot, Edwin. All the best. Thank you.